There's a mystery in town, so called the coolest pup around. Go Scooby, a pup named Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, a Scooby-Doo. Ha! Join Shaggy in the crew, Daphne, Freddy, Scrappy, Velma too, and Scooby, achoo, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, a Scooby-Doo. When the ghosts and ghouls attack, Scooby eats, Scooby snacks, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Chinkies, Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby, and Scrappy-Doo. Wow! So come on, it's mystery time. You can help us solve the crime with Scooby, a pup named Scooby, Scooby, a pup named Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby-Doo!
And now Halloween begins. Happy Halloween! Ha!
Hey, what's up? It's me, Justin. I'm here with the Cannibal Kenzie. Okay. It's okay. So anyway, I'm reviewing Vampire on Bikini Beach, where it might as well be called LA Vampires, because that would honestly be a better title, and really more of LA Killers, or the LA Gang. I want to say that I feel I might have seen the edited version, because I saw this on Tubi and it ran 80 minutes, and on IMDb it says it's 90 minutes. I can't admit... Even at 80 minutes, this movie felt really boring and padded. From what I've heard, I don't think I'm missing much. The only thing I think I might be missing is wedding video footage, apparently, based on the Gilbert Gottfried hostings. Really, very little of this takes place on a beach. Even less has to do with actual vampires. For vampires, you can barely... They do almost nothing vampire related. The closest that they're vampires is, there's... I'm gonna spoil this movie, I don't care. There's fangs, okay? There's fangs on two people, and stake through the heart, I guess. That's how you can tell they're vampires. Apart from that, there is nothing that makes these vampires versus any other types of creatures. They could have been wolfmen, they could have been just goblins, they could have been just ghosts, they could have just been cult killers, pretty much, and almost nothing would have changed. For being vampires, really, we don't see their face. They're wearing, like, robes. They don't speak until like an hour in. We don't see them sacrifice anyone. Hell Comes to Frogtown showed more sacrifice in this movie. Let's see, what else? Apart from that, you've got a group of like 6 people, knockoff Scooby-Doo gang, pretty much, with 4 women and 2 guys, so really this could have been a Scooby-Doo vampire movie, and you wouldn't have had to change... Or a Scooby-Doo Scooby-Doo bad guy movie, and almost nothing would have changed. You've got one character who loves to eat. A lot of this movie feels dubbed in post-production, and also there's like weird parts where there's one part where they were at a Tale of the Pup, I think. It's a famous LA hot dog thing where it's in the shape of a hot dog. They're sitting in the background, and the cameraman is like... They're sitting down, and the cameraman is filming them behind just random extras. Relax. Oh, there's a fly. Here you go, Kenzo. There. Kenzie's a little scared. He kind of fell down, or he fell down the stairs. So yeah, he's a little discombobulated. Really, this is pretty much this is kind of like a knockoff of a movie called Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, except not as funny. Not as funny and not as fun. What's ironic is that there was a movie that I saw a while ago called Malibu Bikini Shop. This movie takes place in a bikini shop for a couple of moments, and I was like, I wonder if that's the same place. And I was like, you know what? Stay here. The Malibu Bikini Shop is a better film than this. For a movie called Vampire on Bikini Beach, there's very little vampires. There's even less bikinis. There's more cases of people wearing shirts, wearing pants, wearing coats. There's a case of someone wearing like one of those, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a cloth thing that you wear at the beach to like not be cold or something. They're wearing that. What I thought was going to happen was there was this vampire on a beach, and he was like killed, and he was going to like abduct and kill men and women one by one. That's what I would have loved to have seen happen, but this, for the movie rated, okay, on Tubi it's rated TVMA. I thought that stood for mature audiences. Mainly but apparently for me, from the version I saw, it stands for mainly a few shots of butts. There's there's 2 points, or there's like 2 scenes where you see a woman's butt. That's it for the nudity. For the gore, it's almost non-existent. You don't even see like little ketchup marks or anything. They can't even show like 2 people banging their heads together or anything. It's a very weak horror movie. Like even Kay didn't even like this movie, and when a TVMA R-rated movie called Vampire on Bikini Beach doesn't elicit much reaction from Kay, you know you screwed up. I don't even know what to say, and I have to drag this out for a few more minutes. Uh, yeah, there's basically 6 teens that are going on an investigation. There's some band, Bob's band, I think. So, yeah, so that's something. Uh, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can even think about with this. There was one kind of funny part where they're like opening coffins and like sticking like wooden stakes through them, and it's revealed, and one of them is like Hitler. So I guess Hitler's a vampire. Vampire Hitler on Bikini Beach. That would be that would be an interesting movie. But this is like very pathetic. There's a lot of driving footage, there's filler, there's like 6 music videos, it feels, just to pad this out to 80 minutes. The only way you're supposed to believe that it's vampire, and really it's a group of vampires, so it's vampires. The only way you can tell is because they say vampires, and at the beginning there's a radio that says vampires. Take some of those parts out, and really you could have called this Boogeyman on the Beach Boogeyman. which honestly would be a more appropriate title. And the cover, oh my god, to be so misleading. First of all, the cover that you see where there's like a brunette and she has like bats. She has like bats over her chest. Okay, first of all, there's no I don't think there's a brunette in this movie. So that's false advertising right there. Second of all, there's no bats in this movie. And one thing I was hoping was the vampires.
You can't be talking like this, blah. I would like to suck your blood, blah.
I know it's cheesy. I don't care. This movie is called Vampire on Bikini Beach. Director, writer, cast. Why are you taking this so dang seriously? Uh, did you think this was going to get nominated for an Oscar? Uh, this movie is told in flashback, so you know one of the people is going to live. But here's the thing. There's narration in this movie of someone who's not in half the scenes. So you have no idea who she's talking to because you just see her in the hospital. We later find out it's a psych ward because two of the women have turned into like vampires with fangs. That's a walrus, sorry. At least stuff happened in Tusk, I'll give it that. Really, this is just a very mediocre, pathetic movie that is just essentially an 80s version of like clickbait. It's a clickbait title. It's to get your attention and it has little else going for it. Cuz if it was called Beach Killer, it wouldn't even I'd be shocked if it showed on USA Up All Night. This Elvira wouldn't show this movie. MST. Well, I think there's on Tubi does have either an I think it's MST3K or maybe it's Rift Tracks or somebody. Or maybe that was Amanda and the Alien, a movie that we saw months ago. I can't imagine. Okay. If you're someone who is trying to get people into horror movies and they're squeamish about blood, this is the movie to show them. This is the movie because there's so little blood that if you cut out the two scenes, if you cut there's a little swearing, but if you cut out a little bit of swearing and you cut out the two scenes of a girl's butt, there is no reason why this movie wouldn't be PG-13. And honestly, I've seen PG-13 movies that are gorier and I don't even know why this would be rated R according to IMDb. This makes about as much sense as being rated R as Mordecai did about being rated R. This is a very... Terminator 3 was gorier than this, and I can't... Terminator 3 was gorier, scarier, and more terrifying. I've seen Scooby-Doo episodes scarier than this. Oh, and there's a subplot about a book, and the book catches on fire, and I was like, don't set that on fire. They need that for the sequel to Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. This movie is a bigger insult to books than Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2. Hold on a second, people. Blah 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 blah. Join us next time when Kay will be back for a scary movie about the scariest animal ever! Or at least supposed to be. Okay, bye!